Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our YouTube live broadcast for the Alpe Adria International Motorcycle Championship. We're on for the last race here in the fifth weekend. Second day of racing here in Grobnik in Croatia, the outskirts of Rijeka. A wonderful track here. And we've had some exciting races going on. This will be an exciting race, the combination of the Alpe Adria Cup 600 with the 1000 category. It was good fun to watch yesterday, especially when we had a two-wave start, meaning that we'll have the 1000cc bikes in the front and then the 600cc motorbikes following closely behind. And that will bring us up to the grid, which has been formed by the fastest times in qualification and the first race in total. The two championships are still to be decided also in the cup races, but that will mean that we'll still welcome again to pole position like we did yesterday Jaroslav Buzinski. He did not win the race though yesterday, because we have a pole position in the 600 category by the name of Christian Naworski, who was so quick, even starting 10 seconds later than the first wave, and he cut through the field.
Get in front.
Yeah, but yeah, I think they were in quite a better first set of wise. While we're looking at the number 45 again,
yes,
left, and that's your friend from Australia.
Yes, from Australia. It's Nenad Ljilja, number 45 on the Kawasaki. Had a big fight yesterday in the race. He was holding on to that third position, but unfortunately he lost strength by the end of the race and had to settle with the fourth position. Today he is starting from the fifth place, but he still managed to improve on his best lap time yesterday in the race.
Yeah, mixed field have been combined. While we're looking at the number 55 of Pavel Paldus, we'll take you through the championship shortly. In the Alpe Adria Cup 1000, it is Dutchman Robin Kraaikamp who's leading the championship for IF Motors Ducati Torun. He's not here at the moment, busy with work, 128 points still in the lead. But Jaroslav Buzinski took another 25 points yesterday, making his total to 94 points, so still in contention. And they could fight it out in Most, which is the last venue for the Alpe Adria International Motorcycle Championship, the weekend of 28th and 29th of September. If we look at the Alpe Adria 600 Cup, it is Amir Osmanovic, who came second yesterday. Who has a points total of 146, and the winner from yesterday, Christian Naworski, on the Triumph 675 Daytona 3-cylinder, was the winner yesterday. Was 25 points, makes his total to 101. So within 45 points, that's also to be decided in Most. So far, the administration for this last race, we're on for a 10-lap race, and it was in particular the gentleman in pole position, Jaroslav Buzinski, on the GT3 Poland Motorsports BMW, who was in for a bit of a surprise when he was passed by Christian Naworski in the latter stages of the first race. We were looking at Amir right now in our shot, Amir Osmanovic, who is racing from out of Austria. I think he's from Bosnia originally, but don't quote me on that one. For Stafbull Racing Team, who are here with the whole full team. People looking at the live timing, of course, here also available on internet. And for everyone who's alongside the track, willing to follow either us on the live stream or the live timing. And we were looking at the number 444 of Andreas Kuril. Yes, Mislav, the story about the number 45, he especially flew in from Australia for this race?
Exactly, yes. He's been here for a couple of weeks now, but he has been preparing and especially for this race. He came from Australia, and he has a plan for the next season to also be competing here. And the plan is to fly in as often as possible.
That's rather costly, isn't it?
Of course it is.
It's even more expensive than racing a total, just flying in from Australia all the time.
Almost in general.
Almost in general. No, it is. I think what the ticket is anyway, like 600 and something euros. I don't know what it is in Croatian money. While we are being visited by the third place from Tarik van der Merwe. Gefeliciteerd, jongen! Ja, in Zuid-Afrikaans. Hij heeft het geweldig gedaan. First podium to Tarik van der Merwe in the Stock 600. Look it back. It's all on the YouTube channel. This time, this edition around, we'll have all the different races cut into pieces so you can spot your favorite straight away when we're looking at the runway, because there's an airstrip next to it. And he's only 15 years of age, and he took his first rostrum here earlier on today. Beautiful, beautiful race for him, and well-deserved podium slot in the Stock 600 category. We're almost ready to go for the warm-up lap, and look what this 10-lapper is going to bring us, Mislav.
For sure, it will be an outstanding race in this combined 1,600 Cup. Therefore, we can expect that Buzinski goes way in the front. But the main question is, can Navoyski again fight through the field, through the 1,000s, and again claw back to Buzinski, although they are not in the same category. But it's always
it's good fun, you know.
it's good fun to see it, yeah.
If you see somebody with a big Ducati or a big BMW, and there you are with your 675 triple, like, you think you're going fast. I can go faster, but you're already mentioning yesterday that the lap times he was setting with the 132s was actually stock level.
Yes, and not any level, but top 5.
Yeah, top 5.
So that is a bit, you know.
Come again, the 45, Lilia, he's not one of the youngsters anymore, is he?
No, he's 62 years old. So and he drove back in the day here. We were living in the old country of Yugoslavia, so he was racing here on Grobnik like 40 years ago. So he's an old timer, and he raced in the smaller categories back in the day. So
well, he obviously did well for himself. First going to Australia, probably build a business. I don't know him. You might know what this kind of business is, but if you are able to fly up and down from Australia to compete here in the Alpe Adria, well, you can do something, right?
For sure, but it's, you know, it's how you manage your life, actually.
And your wallet, of course.
Of course, but that is an unbreakable bond, for sure. But
not for everyone, though. People can live happy lives without a dime, and others can be miserably unhappy with millions in the bank. So this is not a guaranteed
Agreed.
combination.
Yes, but he manages to live and do what he wants, and that is always a motivating situation for the people around, you know. When you look at it in that way, that you can make anything possible.
Anything is possible. That's true. That's a good saying. You know, anything is possible. Just go for it. And he's going for it. 62 years young, let's say so, because I know some competitive riders who are well in their 80s and still competing on
Listen,
on
the
level.
point is to die young as late as possible.
That's a good motto. Let's use this as a starting point for this 10-lap race. And especially because this is cup racing, for a lot of people having absolutely fun competing on their own level and being serious as ever, whatever they are doing here on track. And of course, you know, the racing school here on the Grobnik track is having track days, well, inviting people to join us. And of course, it's good to have a cup level. Otherwise, you know, you will never get the experience. You need the track time to be able to get the experience to compete. And some of them are really experienced guys who want to race at their own level. Other ones are just coming up through the field or coming from track days towards this competition. So good to have them which is also around other countries in Europe, might be joining us later on or maybe for next season. All right, we're off for 10 laps of racing again. Whoa, good start. And this good time for Buzinski.
Yes, and I think that Josef Suster had a jump start.
Okay, let's see if we can see that from race control, but they're on the way anyway.
For sure, it was a jump start. We'll have a confirmation from the race direction, but he was way in the front. Again, number 45 manages to go on the third position. First is Jaroslav Buzinski, and it's Matej Uklea, and then it's Nenad Lilja, aka The Scandal. This is the replay of the start. We just missed that start to see.
Yeah, we couldn't figure out what the jump start was, but
yes, and this replay is hard to see.
Yeah, you can see
what
the
happened.
bit of a stiff upper body from our 62-year young guy. Not as flexible as he used to be, probably, but still going pretty fast.
Going hard.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for the second wave. Also on the way in the Cup 600 category with a couple of the 3 cylinders. We also had a MV Agusta earlier on, unfortunately not competing right now. So it's good to have a bit of a mixture of motorbikes, where the Yamaha is dominant in the majority of the competitions worldwide. We're happy to see some different cars. Wow, we got a bit of a fight going on with the numbers 1 and 2. It's Buzinski and Uklea for the Ducati SWAT pushing it, and the Soul KDM with the rather volume Christoph Pachta on the KTM RCX RC8, the 60-degree V-twin motor with the distinctive character to it. The fairing is always good, recognizable for the KDM.
Buzinski slightly pulling away of Uklea. Uklea was close in the first lap, but now we have a crash.
46.
Number 46.
Michalovic, Motocop Lenice on the Honda, the only CBR we still got left here.
Dominik Mihalovic
Yeah.
crashes out. The bike stays slightly on the track. We hope that the stewards will be able to move it. It's still Buzinski and Uklea on the top 2 positions, being trailed by Lilja, number 45 on the Kawasaki.
But it is Uklea is doing everything to stay with Buzinski and make a bit of a fight out of it. Yeah, not letting go. You can see it on the body language. Leaned forward on the back.
8 laps to go.
Trying to make a fight of it. And let's see what Christian Nawoski is doing. 52, but we'll have to wait for the first flying lap. There he is already 8th position, having started about 10 seconds down, 32.241, and is already quicker than anyone else on track, cutting through the whole field and taking with him the Amir Osmanovic, doing also great up on 135. Also already reached the back markers in the 1000cc category. We're going to follow his progress throughout the race, and he's obviously capable of, even within a short distance such as 10 laps is, cutting through the field entirely like he did yesterday.
Yes, there he is on the Triple Triumph. Back with the leader, Buzinski. Buzinski still being followed by Uklea. Still they have a similar pace, only 1/10 difference. And the last lap, we'll see how it goes this time. 7 laps to go. And it's now
33.6 for
yes, and
Buzinski.
34.2 for Uklea. So Uklea slowed down.
Yeah, losing touch. And let's see where Christian Nowojski is. 34.8, held up a tiny little bit. But again in the 7th position, gained another position in this particular lap. Still got about, what is it? 15 seconds to cover. While we're waiting for Buzinski to appear on the screen. And disappear out of sight again.
1 second is the difference last time around between first and second place man. And we also see the number 45 building up his advantage. He was faster in the last lap. Lila went 136.5 comparing to 137.1 by Andreas Kuril. There was a 2.2 seconds difference when they went over the line. We'll see how it goes this lap. When they pass the start and finish, it will be only 6 laps to go. Slowly we are reaching the half race milestone. Over the line they go.
Hey, he's not letting go. Uklea, let's have a
Yes,
look at.
Uklea is closing
Yeah.
down.
1.0 it is now. It is 0.6 of a second. The difference between the numbers 1 and 2 on track. There is Christian Nowojski, 33.7 again, already on into 4th position on track.
Yes, manages to get in front for the 4th place overall. Now he'll try to pass Nenad Lilja, and most definitely he will. But they are not in the same category.
No, absolutely not.
Still no changes in the Cup 1000. It's still Buzinski, Uklea and Lilja. And in the 600 it's Nowojski in front of Amir Osmanovic, number 626, our contender for the championship. 3rd place is being held by Lukas Nespesny.
Oh, have you figured out what it was relative, yes or no?
Still haven't.
I see a
quite
big
got
question
this
mark in your eyes, Mislav. Who's done his homework here? Okay, for next race,
You were-
we'll know.
I was looking at you with the microphone,
Ah,
walking
oh.
around. I thought you found him.
No. I was doing an interview with a wonderful French lady called Chloe Batou, which you know very well.
Yes, back with the leaders.
Whoa, and he's pushing quite well because he's BMW is moving around quite a bit, but he's still 0.7 of a second with a personal best of a 33.9er for Maciej Uklea. Absolutely not giving up the fight. He wants this win. And here is our number. Where is our number 92? Already in 3rd position, Christian Nowojski with the triumph. Deficit.
Oh, and Lilja goes
Oh!
out and crashes out.
All the way from
He
Australia.
lost the power and
He shuts off the bike and walks away.
he lost his strength. He lost his strength.
And we were talking about the sky. Hey, look at that. Uklea already caught up. Something, I think, was pretty close by. Now losing concentration on the perfect line. Too much focusing on the gentleman in front. In this case, Jaroslav Buzinski. He should concentrate on his racing line instead of on whatever his competitor is doing. And now he's closing in rapidly.
Yes, they are very close, and it'll be a nice fight until the end. We are at the half race distance. Now we'll have 4 laps to go when they get over the start and finish line. It's again Uklea closing down on our leader Buzinski.
BMW still has a top-end power, which is quite useful in this case, which is also normally the fact for the Ducati. Personal best and fastest lap of the race last time around was Nowojski. 32.8, as we mentioned before, a level which is actually at home in the stock 600. Nevertheless, he's probably also approaching these two. Last time around he was 9 seconds behind, but well, the difference is only a second a lap, so he probably won't be able to repeat what he did yesterday. Got to hold up slightly in his progress through the field. But we've got a fight on here. Clea needs to focus on his own lines in order to keep in contention. Here they are again. Towards the back straight. Through the hole here. Still under a sunny sky. Bit hazy here and there, but temperature is about 28, 29 degrees all day, which means that the tarmac has reached a significant temperature already. And of course this is only a 10-lap race. But we heard already that if you not take, we got a way better exit for the Ducati. Trying to pass here on start-finish line. Caught up again. Difference on start-finish is only 0.1 of a second. And a 32.7 again for Nowojski. 7.9 seconds with 3 laps to go. That's a bit too much to ask for. But of course, demanding lead for him in the Cup 600 category.
Can Nuclea close down? There was such a small difference, but we see that Buzinski pulled away. Obviously, he is faster in this first part of the track.
Yeah, I got the impression that as soon as he reaches the rear wheel, he focuses too much on his competitor instead of staying in his own line. You see, this is taking a complete different line towards
this is a completely wrong line here.
Yeah, that's what I think. Of course, you've ridden here before, so for me, it's just an assumption.
He's also getting tired, for sure.
It is the end of a sunny afternoon, but once you're on the bike,
a long weekend for sure for the riders.
Practice on Friday, races on Saturday, and of course races on the Sunday afternoon. Racing from the same team as Dutchman Robin Krajkamp from Poland. The AF Motors Ducati Torun Racing Squad. There is the 3-cylinder Triumph. Of course, in the UK they had their own championship for a while. Very competitive and very easy to ride track bike. Therefore, still pretty much in demand. And of course, we have seen one win today. If you want to know who it is, have a look at YouTube. Look back the race. And you could see if a 675 Triumph is still capable of winning. Yes, it is.
Yes, we've seen that in the stock 600. Super Sport 600 today. If you missed the race, it was an outstanding race. Vugrinec had an enormous advantage and was pulling away of Luca Tomasini, who had interrupted his rhythm this morning. But at the moment when Kivka passed in front, it was a wake-up call, after which he pulled out so eagerly wanted 129.
Back with the leaders, and it's Clea absolutely not giving up in the penultimate lap. Now approaching the last lap. Is it a dress rehearsal? He should be a little bit closer if this would have been the last lap. And he is quite close now, but this is the strong part of Buzinski. You see, actually getting a double apex, not really getting the smooth lines he should have in these first few corners, and therefore losing valuable ground. While Christian Nowojski is again improving his lap times to a 32.521. 3.9 seconds the difference, of which is too much to close in. in this last lap of this 10-lap race. You can already see him in the distance. He's almost there.
Yeah, it was under 4 seconds of difference.
With this pace, it's 2 seconds a lap.
Yes, but this is the final lap of this race, and he doesn't have enough time to catch up with the leaders in the 1000 Cup category. We are approaching the Zagreb corner, the final corner, and the final lap of this combined 600 and 1000 Alpe Adria Cup.
I think Buzinski has done enough.
Of course, Buzinski had done enough. He will take the victory in front of Maciej Uklea.
Closely followed by the winner in the 600 category, Christian Nowotny. Third overall, first in the 600 category. And then we have to wait for the gentleman in third position, which should be the number 444, Andreas Kuril, if nothing goes wrong. But we'll have to wait it on a little bit, but there's quite a bit of a gap. And he should cross the line right now. He's third in with a personal best into the last lap because he was under threat from Dabrowski. Osmanovic finishes second in the 600 category, and we're waiting for the third finisher, and that should be Nespesny, Lucas in this case, the number 89. KDM of Krzysztof Pachta finished in 6th position in the 1000 category. And our final rostrum position in the 600 goes to the number 89 of Lucas Nespesny. And that almost wraps it up while we are looking at the remainder of the field in this combined race for 10 laps. 600 and 1000 altogether, which means that we have seen Radek Kubica finish and Mirko Grassi, and we only missed Pavel Paldus.
And then of course, and Dominik Michalovic also.
Yeah, was the Fireblade. Oh no, that was the Honda 600 who didn't make it to the end.
Yes, more or less. This is the conclusion of this beautiful, beautiful weekend, Martin. It was an outstanding performance throughout all the categories here in the Alpe Adria International Championship. We hope that all of you enjoyed our broadcast, which was brought to you by Lutek Racing, our promoter of the Alpe Adria International Motorcycle Championship. This was round 5 of our competition. We'll be continuing at 28th of September, 27th and 28th of September, with the race in the Czech Republic at the track of Most, which will be our final destination in the year 2019.
Yes, hope you will join us then. It was a pleasure being here again on the spot in here in Croatia. Thank you for having us. Hope to see you in a bit more than a month's time in the Czech Republic on the track of Most. And hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Just let us know what you think of our broadcast, and we'll hope to see you back again in September. Thank you for now, and bye-bye.